The Prodigy is directed by Nicholas McCarthy and stars Taylor Schilling, and also the boy from It, who played Georgie, which is Jackson Robert Scott. And this film is about a boy who's born named Miles, who basically has like quite a high IQ as he grows up. He's basically, as the title suggests, he's a prodigy, and his parents discover that he's basically has a IQ of like 200 or something, and he's able to have like a lot of skills with numbers and things like that, learning abilities that are more advanced than like a lot of kids are. And one day, they discovered that something goes wrong when, if you've seen the trailers, he ends up having something going wrong with him where he's kind of disturbed. And as the movie goes along, you start to realize that there's something wrong with this kid, that you're kind of questioning whether he's possessed or there's something else going on with him. Yeah. And now here's some backstory. Now, when I saw the previews for this film, I kind of got a little curious because I like these kind of like child killer type movies. Like if you see movies like The Omen, Mikey, The Omen, or hell, even The Good Son.
The Good Son was a good one. Yeah, they always end up being pretty good.
Yeah.
I like them. I always get in those child killer movies. And you know what? While it's not it's not something new, because it's been done before, it is a subject thing we haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah, I haven't seen this since probably Orphan. I think it was the last recent one that came out that was big, but I haven't fully watched it.
And not only that, I actually like the kid that Jackson. He played Georgie in the new It. From the It that came out in 2017, and he's supposed to reprise his role as some images in the second one.
Yeah,
I actually thought this kid is an upcoming good actor. I think he's going to be. He's going to be doing a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think his acting was really good in this.
Yeah, absolutely. And so upon seeing the film, I can honestly say that this movie, while I didn't hate it necessarily, I will feel like it was pretty underwhelming compared to what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. When I saw the trailers of it, I was like, okay, this looks pretty interesting, like you said.
Yeah.
I also, when the rated R, I was like, yes, thank you.
Yeah.
So that got me kind of like, okay, I want to see this now because it's rated R. And yeah, upon seeing this, while there is great concepts, this movie was very underwhelming. Like he said, I was pretty disappointed.
Yeah, so to get my pros out of the way, I will say the cast was fine. I think the big highlight for me is the boy who played from It, who played Miles. I thought he was really creepy as fuck.
Oh, he was creepy as fuck. He was demented as fuck.
Scenes, and you really see the
another thing I like is I will say I was surprised by the fucking brutality in this film.
They don't show it a lot, but when they do, it does pretty good.
It's more like later half. I did like that.
The other girl was good. If you may remember her, she's the girl from Orange is the New Black, Taylor Schilling.
Yeah, she was pretty decent.
Yeah, and then you got the actual look, the cinematography look I kind of liked, the kind of like blue, kind of gritty look they're going for.
Yeah. And I will say that, like I said just a minute ago, the concept is actually pretty cool. It's just poorly executed.
Yeah, we won't go into spoilers, but there is something they do that I don't want to go into detail, but it does remind me of another certain movie that kind of uses a similar concept, but they kind of take a spin on it, where it's basically the opposite of what they did before. So I kind of like that they changed it up.
Yeah, I did like that. I thought that was a decent concept, but I'll get in my cons here in a second. What ruins it? But yeah, the concept was pretty cool there.
Yeah. But now this is pretty much our cons.
Now let me start, since I already said that.
Yeah.
Now, while, like I said, the concept is cool and all, the concept is very messy on how it's written, and the concept doesn't come until like so far later in the film. Yeah, it just comes off as like standard because the whole movie, which is another con, This movie fucking drags.
It does.
It drags, and it does not feel like it's getting anywhere.
The movie's trying to present itself as like kind of going for that psychological level.
Yeah.
That kind of, that you kind of see with some like movies like The Omen and shit like that. Where you're more on that disturbing type level than you're seeing a flat out child killer film.
Yeah.
But even with that, the fact that the movie doesn't really do a lot with that, to me, I was a little down, because I didn't really feel like disturbed a whole lot throughout the film, like as far as intense, like the way that they like, you see a thing that happened a mile away, like all the stuff that you're thinking, it happens right there.
Yeah, and that's what he was saying, like it takes its, like, the disturbed stuff is like, even though there is some pretty gruesome shit, and then there's a backstory of that one thing that was actually kind of cool, but it's not told.
Yeah.
It's not really in detail. It's just like clipped, hey, just to present itself.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. All that stuff is cool, but what really hurts the film the most, my biggest complaint probably of overall, is the director focuses on shit that really doesn't like go with the story. Like, there's drawn out scenes of like him like drawing or doing other stuff, and they'll spend like 15-minute takes on shit like that, and not the shit that should be presented. Because did you notice that?
Yeah.
Like the stuff that I wanted to see, like like what's really happening on in the backstory with that.
Yeah, they don't really elaborate.
Yeah, they don't elaborate. Well, they don't elaborate on any of it because they fucking spend so much time on like other shit. Like the part where they like make it, like, example, there's a part where she makes a peanut butter jelly sandwich. This goes on for like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
they focus so much on little weird shit and not the fucking story.
Well, that, and also it's just the way that the story is dragging along.
Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff that I felt was very empty, that they really didn't focus a lot on with how you really push him to like going over the limit. They really underutilize that the way the story goes along.
And not only that, another thing I want to complain about is really, like, other than like a few scenes, what was even the dad's point in this fucking movie?
The dad didn't really serve a fucking purpose.
Yeah, other than like that part that happened, they literally they don't have any lines together hardly.
Yeah,
it's like, can this be a single mother?
That's what I'm saying. It would have been more sense if it was just her taking care of him by herself.
And another thing, like you saw in the trailers, this isn't a spoiler, you get to see him as when he's a baby, being born, and you watch
that rushes through fucking quick.
Not only do they rush that through real fucking quick, but the time period looks like it was like yesterday. Yeah. Because like literally nothing changes. You got to think this is 8 years. So you would think, giving the guy a little more gray hair, just, kind of make it look like it's different.
Yeah, like
8 years, and that is like, the time period feels like, God damn, it felt like the kid was born yesterday.
Yeah, and even
like he said, it was rushed too.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, even at a young age, I mean, they show his like mindset of who he is, like, with that intelligence, but they don't go into the detail of him showing disturbingness until he gets to it.
I'm glad you brought that up. My complaint of this movie, probably another big one. This movie's called Prodigy, and while there is some parts about being smart and all that stuff, it really isn't the factor of the story, because it's kind of hard without spoiling it, but they don't even focus on this other thing to know if that thing was smart. That's like this whole movie was not even about being smart or anything.
Well, yeah, there's only
that's why I don't get it.
There's only one
why
scene
was it
that
even
I thought was
Prodigy?
kind of delved into that later on in the film.
Yeah,
like, that kind of reminded me of something out of Split, but that was the only scene where I felt like they were really like pushing the whole, like, his, like, basically get inside of his mind, so to speak.
But the whole genius thing.
But the whole genius thing, they hardly even talk about.
This movie's called Prodigy, so I'm led to believe this is going to be like Albert Einstein type shit.
Or
I don't understand. No, I don't understand why it has that name. Whenever it has nothing really to do with being smart. You could have
just called evil kid trying to kill parents or something,
Yeah, because really the name Prodigy and the smart shit is probably 5 minutes of this movie.
Yeah, the rest of it is just
It's
him.
about him
It's him just
becoming
not
killer.
getting. Yeah, it's just him not getting used to school and stuff. The social behaviors that kids go through. To me, that's not really much of a prodigy as is. You just could have called the title "Evil Kid" or something like that.
It had to have been called something else because there's literally nothing in the story.
Yeah, I mean, other than the fact that he learns languages and later on.
Well, it's not a prodigy. He's Hungarian. He knows his own fucking language. So it's like, really, this movie had nothing to do with smarts. It's like saying, it's like me doing a Michael Myers movie and calling it Christmas. Like, literally, that's what it fucking was in this. There's nothing to do with Prodigy, so I don't get it.
Yeah, I felt like that was.
And there's something I want to talk about more.
But it's hard to spoil.
Yeah, it's spoiler territory like a motherfucker, but they don't even show if that thing or that person or whatever, I'm not going to say, was smart. I just don't get why this is called Prodigy.
I don't get it either. So.
Yeah, but overall, I was bored. This movie pacing drags like a motherfucker.
Yeah, but with some of the later stuff in the film comes into play, and the idea they kind of go with, I was kind of getting it at first. Mm-hmm. It goes along to the point where I just kind of became uninterested after a while. When it just became so boring. Well, it became, very rinse and repeat, basically, of stuff we've already seen before.
And not only that, it's one of those typical movies, rather it's R, PG-13, before they get into the cool shit, where you do see some brutality and some fucked up shit that does, and they do have it, and which is good, but I was getting kind of fucking burnt out on them jump scares. Yeah, and then the face images.
You can tell that shit's coming out a mile away.
A mile away, yeah. It tries to. I think the director executed this horribly. Yeah. While there is some interesting stuff in this film, like, for me, it's like, I'm kind of like, when it started, it's like, okay. And this movie really goes on for like a whole hour of boringness. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, fucking do something. Because it's all, you get this, it's playing like, is it the kid? Is it something else? And really nothing is going on. Yeah. It isn't until later where... And then not only that, there's a lot of shit that's never explained, like, why did it wait until he was 8? Yeah. It showed a scene where he was a kid, did something, but, like, it don't explain anything.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of stuff that they really didn't cover a lot that would have been more interesting. Yeah. So with that, with the things that I did kind of like with the movie and everything, it's on border, but... It's on for me, I'm going to give this movie probably a very extremely low average Joe on the Film Phreeks meter.
Yeah, I can give it. I could say that last bit did help a little bit. So with that being said, I'm gonna give this extremely low, like you said, average Joe. It's almost high disaster.
It's almost high disaster because
almost.
But it's
But they had that kind of cool ending, even though it's been done before. And you can kind of think it might end that way. I still like the end, how it closed out, but I'm not going to say anything else, but yeah.
Fair enough. And for those of you who have also seen The Prodigy, let us know in the comments below what you thought about it. And if like we see here, you can feel free to like, subscribe to our channel, and check out some of our other reviews here and our website at filmphreeks.com. And we'll be seeing you in our next review. We'll see you later.
Later.